What's up, guys? It's your boy Sawan Belcher. Today, I got another power-packed weekly coaching call just for you. Now, this call is maybe from 2 years ago from Austin Rutherford on how you can find other people with money locked up in 401ks, cash in their bank account, lines of credit, and cash value life insurance policies. I mean, these guys have millions of dollars and they just need to give it away. And they'll be willing to give it to you if they knew about you and you can structure a great deal the right way. So learn how to find people with money so that way you don't have to bring any of your own money to the deal, okay? Watch all the way through. You will not want to miss this.
Yo, yo, yo. How's everybody doing?
Wait, what?
How you doing, brother?
What's good, bro?
How was your week?
Pretty good, man. No complaints.
Good, yeah.
How was yours?
Fighting, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's been a challenging one here.
What's going on?
A bunch of title issues. And some of them not even issues. Just it's slower right now because it's slower because the courthouse is not letting a lot of attorneys in at once. So when you go from pulling everything manually to trying to do it online, Ken Lucas, he pulls everything manually.
Right.
They're trying to do it online. That's not his specialty. So
Gotcha.
some stuff moving a little slower, and some stuff you don't even know how to get around.
Gotcha. Do you rock with anybody else? I mean, I know you do, but
Yeah, I prefer Ken because Ken is just quick, easy. He's not as detailed. So some of the small stuff that Preston Nelson or Brian Elam make you do, I don't have to worry about
Gotcha.
that nickel and dime stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Brian Elam especially, he gets on my nerves. Yeah, he gets on my nerves. I mean, I love him for subject too, but everything else, he gets on my nerves.
I feel you.
Who are you using right now?
Steve Foskett.
Okay, nice.
Around the corner from you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've used him before.
Yeah. So that's who I rock with primarily.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've used him before. Mr. Hugh, Mr. Hugh, the guy that I got the Airbnb from, he uses Foskett all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Steve's pretty quick. That's what I like about him.
Oh yeah, he is. He's super quick. Yeah, he's super quick. I had a deal. I had raised some money for a deal in Winston-Salem, and Hugh wanted to use him because that's who he already had his IRA information, and he had got it done pretty quick. We ended up not doing it because of an IRS lien. If I would have known what I know right now about IRS liens, I would have pulled the trigger on it.
Gotcha.
I don't know if you ever had IRS lien pop up.
Yeah, man. I was gonna work right around it.
IRS. Yeah, IRS liens. They'll settle a crap ton for you. Yeah, they really will. Yeah, we had one. I negotiated for Aaron Moore. I don't know if you know him, but it was like $100,000, and I negotiated down to $10,000 for him. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I had one off right near A&T over by where the Grove was, a 3-1. It had like a $25,000 tax lien on it. I was going to get it for pennies, man. But the seller, at the last minute, his partner backed out. So I'm going to follow up with him, obviously. But
I love it. Matt, how you doing, man?
What's up, guys? I'm great. How are you?
Good. Yeah, so you start looking for an acquisition?
I am. I wrote up a kind of a job description today. I'm going to try to figure out. I think I want someone local, like someone who knows that Craigslist or something.
Yeah. I definitely prefer somebody local. I know they're going to be doing everything virtually. As long as they got some good sales skills and they're coachable and they're willing to learn and committed.
Yep.
So I know you said you have all your acquisitions guys just call off of cell phones and stuff. I know you got an office, so it's kind of like easier to kind of hear their conversation and see what they're talking about. Like any app I could download or like on a phone for my acquisitions guy when he's just calling off his cell phone to where I can listen to his. Well, I got call rail, but
record the call
out. You'd have to call out from the call rail number every time, and it takes longer. to do. You know, if
Yeah,
it's on your phone
I,
where you can
yeah, I hate that. I hate using the Call Rail app. It's honestly, it's just slow. I can't stand it. Austin, what are you doing for your guys to record their calls?
They use Coro. They just get used to it. It's just mandatory.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, heck yeah. And yeah, that's I have my guys call on the cell phone just because that's just what we do. But everybody, a lot of people that I know just uses Call Rail as well, like Austin said.
Well, I mean,
Call
I
straight from
guess
the desktop.
I guess I could have. I like them using the cell phones because then I can just text them whenever, you know, text them and get a hold of them quicker. But I mean, I'll just have them use a call rail number, just have that number route to them. But I don't know.
Heck yeah. All right, we got a full house in here today. Well, welcome. I hope everybody's staying sane. Yeah, because this quarantine thing has got me shaken up a little bit. I'm not an in the house type of person. I'm a work, busy. You know. So yeah, this quarantine thing has got me shaken up. So if you guys not sticking to your routine, get back to the routine because I know we kind of broke our routine in my office. So that's one thing I preached to my team was to make sure we start at 9. We work at 9. You know, we have meetings at 9:30. We do 12 o'clock timeout. We do 5 o'clock power hour. So make sure you guys are sticking to your, to your timelines, whatever you guys' timeline is, you know, so that way we can stay consistent, you know, so that way we can stay getting rewarded, you know, the good efforts that we deserve. Oh yeah, we got some new people in here. Hey, Carl, hope you're doing good.
Yes, sir, man. I'm doing good. How you doing?
Great. Oh, doing awesome. So we got a lot of new people. So I know some people haven't closed deals, but for everybody who closed the deal last week, how many offers did you make? How much did you close? And how many closings did you have?
Well, I didn't have any closings last week. I've got 2 supposed to happen this week. I had a couple of buyers try to back out on my deals, but they're
Really?
They're going through with it because I basically told them, like, look, you back out, I'm gonna do this, and that, and they're like, okay, well, I just need an extension. And I'm like, look, figure it out.
Non-refundable. You're putting non-refundable EMD in their face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good job.
And but I made like, I think it was 21 offers or something like that.
How many did you get on the contract this week?
We had 2 people agree to it. We sent one guy a DocuSign and he still ain't signed it. We just keep calling him and his phone's like it. We was sent the agreement out yesterday. He said he was gonna look at it when he got home in 30 minutes, and then we couldn't get a hold of him. So we're just gonna keep calling him. And then I was supposed to sign one Saturday, but I've been dealing with this guy for about 5 or 6 months. Him keep procrastinating and stuff like that. And we're trying to figure out why he's keep doing it.
Heck yeah.
At this point where do you really want to sell this property?
Yeah, and that's always one thing you got to go back to is, you know, do you actually want to sell? And one thing that helps with with people not taking you seriously when they send over the DocuSign is voiding the contract. You know, literally just send them a text message and say, hey man, you know, I talked to somebody else today, you know, but I know I told you first that I was gonna, you know, buy yours for X amount. So if I don't hear from you by 5 p.m., I'm just gonna go ahead and void the purchase contract. And
you give them that Chris Voss fear of loss.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And normally once you press that void button, they'll at least give you a call or send you a text says, hey man, I just haven't gotten to it or something like that yet. And you'll be surprised how often that works. We had a crappy weekend as far as closings, but we got 3 in the contract and we made 52 offers, which is low for us. So and we're dialing in. We're still back off of RVMs, but we're dialing in on Facebook, and that's been great.
So what's a good week for you on offers? I know you said 52 is low.
Yeah, I like to be around 80, to be honest.
Okay.
Right now, It's been lower, okay? It's been lower, but to get us a deal, it takes us about 24 to 28 offers to get us a deal. It's been lower. It used to be about 14, but now we make even when people even when people just want to sell, even if they don't have motivation, we still make the offer now. And then of course training and new hires. But yeah, we try to be around 80 because
It's
our goal is 3 a week.
if I was around market average, at least that's what Sean Terry talks about.
What's that?
25 offers per contract signed. That's about market average, I think. At least that's what I've heard from like Sean Terry and a couple other bigger guys.
Yeah, when I was by myself, it was like 14. Austin, how many offers until you guys get a contract? Do you know?
That's what I was about to ask. Like, everybody counts their offers differently. You know what I mean? Like, we only count offers once we're on the phone for 10, 20 minutes and we make a legitimate offer, you know?
Right.
So for us, our offers aren't that high. I mean, we're making maybe 20 a week, but like the conversion rate's way more because that's the numbers that we count.
Nice.
You know, if somebody wants 200 and we say 100, you know, we don't count that as an offer because it's not even close. We still make the offer, don't get me wrong, but we just don't count that on our KPIs.
I agree. I like that. Hey, well, let's jump right into this. We're talking about private money. Everybody should know what private money is called. You might not, but private money is simply when you're not using a bank, okay? You're not using some type of lending institution to fund your deals. It's more likely to be like a mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, or business professional that you met in the marketplace that's going to lend you money to do your deal at some type of rate or some type of terms for you to pay them back. In my opinion, everybody needs to have an arsenal of private money right now, in my opinion. You know, we're going through a little time. I've never been through a down cycle, but I know, everybody knows that when crazy things start to happen, prices go down and opportunities come up. So a lot of those you want to try to hold on to yourself versus passing them along, because we all know that the assignment is not maximizing a deal. You know, maximizing a deal is maximizing a deal sometimes. If you're able to buy one at 20% on the dollar, and you know right now the market is down, why sell it for 30 when you can hold on to it for 3, 4, 5, 6 years and be able to sell it for, you know, that 130. So private money is pretty much someone giving you money at an interest rate to fund your deals. Okay. I've used this on a few deals, but my boy Austin has used it on hundreds and hundreds of deals. So whenever I choke up, so y'all just ask him questions. That's for sure. Because I mean, what is your Austin right now like what does it look like for you for private money? Why are you using like 1 or 2 guys that's, you know, lending you a lot of money, or are you using like 20 guys that are lending you like 20, 30, 100 grand each?
Yeah, so we got 5 to 10 people at any given time that got money in play. I mean, we do new construction, we do apartment buildings, we do just single family rehabs. So, you know, we got guys that have access to $1-2 million, and then we got guys that got access, you know, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. So, you know, when I started, I used to not take the $20,000 and $30,000 people, but I regret it because that always turns into more money.
Right.
Scared at the beginning. So, yeah, we try to have everything. You know, getting less than like 20, it's a lot of paperwork. So, you know, we try to start at least at 20. But, you know, we'll put different people in play on different projects.
Okay, so you said access. Okay, so what do you mean access? You mean like they don't have it in their account?
Yeah. So, all right. So I'm going to take it from the beginning. So the biggest thing with private money. So when I was 21 years old, I bought my first rehab. It was a $70,000 purchase and a $170,000 rehab. So I had to raise $250,000 in private money. As a 21-year-old kid, no construction, no real estate, no background whatsoever. And at that point in my life, I was coming to people and I was asking them to do me a favor. I was asking them to lend me money. It's not an ask. You know, the more I talk to people, I've literally retired people from lending me private money. I've changed people's lives. So now I'm not asking for shit. I know here that I'm presenting somebody an opportunity of a lifetime, literally. unless you're a day trader, making 20, 30, 40% on your money and taking a lot of risk, there is no better investment than somebody lending money to you on real estate. So to me, it's not an ask anymore. It's an opportunity. And I literally present the opportunity to fucking everybody because I truly feel for this service if I don't tell them about the opportunity. So that's the first thing. And then, like I said, you present the opportunity to everybody. You just got to talk to everybody about private money. The first question everybody goes to is, what do you do? I always start the conversation if they don't. I'm like, hey, man, that's a nice car. What do you do? Oh, I'm a doctor. I went to OSU, blah, blah, blah. Oh, man, that's what's up. That's what's up. Ask them some questions. And then they always say the same thing. Well, what do you do? And the line that I use is I'm a real estate developer and I use other people's money to fund my deals. And then if they have any interest whatsoever, they'll ask you, well, what does that mean? And then you get into your pitch from there. So getting access is just having the conversation with enough people to get somebody to believe in the product.
Perfect. I love that. So I'm going to break down some of your conversations because a lot of things that I'm noticing, so you said doctor, right? So are you seeing some like class of people, like this type of person is lending me money or this person is in this industry? Are you seeing it in common with those 10 people that they're in?
No.
Or are they just across the board?
All over the place. I got family, I got friends, uncles, I got some random dude I met at the bank, I got some people I met at the Real Estate Investor Association. So it's everywhere. But you need to know how to teach people how to access to money. So
right.
How to get access to money. Most people think they need $100,000 sitting in a bank account. But there's so many more things that they can tap money into. Do they have a home equity credit? Do they have stocks? Do they have a cash value life insurance policy? Where else can these people tap into money? And it's your job to teach them how to make money on money that's not even theirs.
Perfect. I love it. That's what's up. One of my guys actually pulled money from a 401k, and then I got him to open up a self-directed IRA, yep. And he writes checks out of his IRA. Yep. So that's gems, being able to teach somebody how to use their own money. All that's gems. So question. So you saying talk to everybody. So like, are we going somewhere in particular to meet these people? Or are we just, really, where do people with money hang out?
So that's the biggest question. Everybody always asks, where do I find people with private money? You can't Google it. You can't say private money lenders. Like those are hard.
Right.
So you have to put yourself in a position where money's around you. That might mean getting a membership at the athletic club. That might mean going to either the steakhouse and sitting at the bar. And if you can't afford the steak, getting a fucking drink and sitting there for and just rubbing shoulders with people. Like my girl and I go out to eat and she wants to sit at the dinner table and, in the corner and have, a date. I'm the one sitting at the bar brushing shoulders with everybody because I want to talk to everybody. So you have to put yourself in a surrounding that surrounds you with people with money. And then you just have to spark conversations. You can't stand in the corner. You got to go up and talk to people and ask them what they do.
That's what's up. Okay. So we're finding people where money goes. Right. I like the Rotary Club. I like that you said that. But really, what am I saying to them? Yeah, great. What do you do? Awesome. I'll buy real estate and I use OPM. What am I getting their phone number and trying to establish, am I sending them a drip email, campaign, or what am I doing?
Yeah. So the intro lines for me is always, I use other people's money. I'm a real estate developer and I use other people's money to fund my deals. And if they got interest, they'll be like, well, what do you mean? What does that mean? And you don't want to pitch somebody on loaning you $300,000 the first second that you meet them. So yes, you want to get their number. You want to give them a high level, hey, actually doing this deal over here, or my partner. Use whoever the fuck you want to use for your partner. Just say,
right.
If you haven't done deals, my partner, or I just did this deal over here. Bought it for 100, put 20 into it, sold it for 200,000. My private money lender made 15 G's on it, and he never even had to lift a finger. They'll be like, well, tell me more. Actually, what I'm going to do is, let me get your number. I'll send you some information over kind of on what private money lending is. And, then we can schedule a call and see if it's something you're interested in. So you want to collect information. And then we have a credibility packet that explains what private money lending is. We email it to them, and then we set up a lunch appointment where we get on the phone with them.
Perfect. I love that. So I loaded, just so you know, guys, I loaded up my credibility pack on the drive. So if you guys go on the drive, you'll be able to get what I use. And honestly, you can just copy it verbatim if you like and add your own pictures. But yeah, I loaded it up on the drive so that way you guys can use it. But it's literally a bifold that I either email to them. I teach to have a Dispo website, and when people add themselves to the Dispo website, you have a question: are they lending or not? And you send that email, you send your binder, that bifold, to those people who said they'll consider lending. Yo, Counsel, what's up?
Austin, is this a hat you wear along with everything else you do, or is somebody handling that for you?
Like raising money, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So that's basically what I do in the business at this point. I handle the money side of things, but I don't know about the legalities of this. So just a caution here, disclaimer, I'm not a security. But like my team knows if they bring me somebody, like I'm gonna break bread with them. You know what I mean? If they can bring me 10%, I'll pay them a half point on every loan that they do. Like one of my buddies does it, and like this motherfucker's raking in money for just making a connection. So, you just got to put the word out there. No one's going to think of you if you don't ever put the word out there. If nobody knows you're buying deals, you're not going to get any fucking deals. Same thing with private money.
Same thing with private money. I love it. Because honestly, follow-up is like a huge part of my guys who lend me money. Like literally Mike Dennison reached out to me probably 3 years ago, and it took him 2 years to do a deal with me a year ago.
I'm still trying to get my dentist.
You just got to keep bringing it up. Honestly, I just got a commitment letter from one of the guys I used to work with at the car dealership, for $25,000, and so are you getting commitment letters, or are you just saying, hey, well, hey, what do you, I'm ready to go. I got $100,000 ready to go. Let's do it, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, the way we pitch it, like the way that I structure the opportunity to these people, like they're begging me to put money into a deal. So like as long as you know how to phrase things, you know how to pitch it, you know how to teach them how to make more money, and how to not scare them out of other ways. Like if someone's got money in the stock market and they're making 8%, there's a lot. They're not making 8%, first of all. So you got to ask, is that before or after fees? It's before fees. So they're really making like 6%. And by the way, in real estate, when it goes up 6% every year, it's a 6% return. And the stock market, when it crashes 10 and goes up 15 and then goes down 2 and then goes up 3, and the average over 10 years is 6%, is not 6%. It's like 3 because it accumulates. When it's down 20%, it doesn't accumulate at the rate of 6%. So if you put the opportunity side by side, 6%, 10 years in, you'll have way more money being a private money lender. So the numbers that people hear aren't the numbers that they're actually getting. It just sounds good. So again, if you know how to like structure that and have that conversation, like they don't want their money. They want you to keep their money. Like people don't want me to pay them back. Like I pay it back and they're like, hey man, what's the next one? We got to get this back in motion.
I love it. That's what's up. So what's the benefits of them like lending? Okay. I mean, other than, them not, the stock market is iffy, why are they going with like you, and why are they going with real estate? Like help me. Cause I want to help the guys out with their pitch. I mean, you know what I mean?
That's one of the questions you'll get too. So like the thing that most people have their money in the stock market. So that's usually the biggest pushback you're going to get. Well, I'm making 10% in the stock market. So right there, like, is that before or after fees? All right, cool. Brett, give me a chart of your returns over the last 10 years and see the number that they started with. And if they said they made 6%, do the math and show them what it should be. And it's not going to be that. If you do 6% on $100,000, it's $106,000. It'll be like 103. So when you break down the math on paper form and prove to them they're not making 6%, and then you can pay them 10, so done. What's next? So, I don't even know where I was going with that. What was your question?
I don't know. I love that. I'm listening. I'm learning. I forgot what the question was. So how much are you paying your guys? Okay. And I want to break this up into 2 sectors because we got flips and then we got rentals. How much are you paying your guys for flips and how much are you paying your guys for rentals?
Yeah. So depending on and this is what I tell people, like when they ask me what the rate, again, don't the first time you meet somebody, don't say 8 to 12%. You'll scare them off. They'll think you're fucking a fraud and they won't ever talk to you again. So once you get through the door, then tell them 8 to 12%. And then they'll ask you like, well, how do you structure, like, how do you determine what it is? And I say, the more money you give me access to, the easier you make it accessible, the higher interest rate I can give you. So I pay 8 to 12% on flips and on rentals because I don't hold rentals with private money long term. I'll buy it with private money, I'll renovate it, I'll place a tenant in it, and then I'll cash out with a mortgage, and then I'll pay my lenders off. So I pay the same across the board.
Okay, nice. I love it. I love that. I love that. I actually do some long-term stuff with private money, no longer than 10 years. The two I have right now are 10-year notes.
Nice.
Yeah. One is at 12 and one is at 14.
Nice.
And I cash flow $300 on both of them. That's what's up.
Yeah.
So I know you got an office project. Well, I think it's done now, isn't it?
The what?
The office project that you had, I think it's a co-working space that you have.
Yeah.
Did you use that? Did you use private money for that?
Yeah, bro. I use private money on everything. So we bought it for like $100. We put like $400 into it in construction. So we borrowed it all private money. And then I put a small bank in place on it for 25-year loan. Cashed everybody out. Lenders made, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000. So they was happy. And, I own a building that brings in $7,000, $7,500 a month. And my payments are like $3,500 a month.
Okay, so I have another, this is a personal question. Okay, so you get the guy that says, yes, I want to do it, right? Mm-hmm. How are you sending him the deal? Okay, are you sending him like, hey, here's a chart with all the numbers, here's pictures of the property, here's what I'm doing. What are you sending to him to get his vote of confidence?
For sure. So once you build the relationship, you just pick up the phone and like, yo, I need $100K, wire it to me. And then they'll wire it to you. But at the beginning, you obviously got to build that relationship. So I have a deal packet. So like we give them like a spreadsheet of like what the numbers look like so they can see it's a good deal. We give them comps so they can see, the comparables of the property. We give them like the county auditor printout so they can compare, and we'll like circle like the key. If you give someone an MLS printout, there's like a million things on there. Like you want to circle the key details. And then we give them a calculator on what they can potentially make on the deal. So it's a nice little packet. We just call it the deal packet, and we'll send it to them over like that if they want, details like that.
Oh, you the man. That's what's up, man. But yeah, honestly, all of that is kind of what I was going to talk about with him. And bro, private money is what we need. I honestly use private money to fund down payments whenever I bring mortgages. I use private monies to fund. Are you using private mostly to like fund 100% of the deal, or are you bringing it with loans as well?
100%. Everything's 100% funded.
Yeah, nice.
I mean, it's really like 105 or 110% funded. So I'm pulling money out on the front end and the back end.
Okay, nice. Tell me, give us like an example of how you'll pull it out on the front end and the back end. Is it through like an assignment or is it something else?
No, it's just, so like if we're buying it for 60 and it needs 40 grand, we need $100,000 on the deal, but it's worth 150. So there's plenty of margin on it. We'll just pull like 110 and private money on the front end, even though we only need 100. So, just put 10 grand in my pocket, just for whatever. And then on the back end, when we sell it, the profit's 30, but we already got 10 of it. So we'll only get a check for like 20 grand at the end of it. But to me, I always want money up front. You'll pay a few $100 extra in interest on it for borrowing that money. But it's the cost of doing business. I'd rather have that money in my pocket because I lend money too. So I'll lend money to people. So I'll borrow at 10% and I'll lend at 30 and 40%.
Amen. I love it. I love it. Good job.
So when you're pulling money out on the front end, you how do you do that? Do you just tell them that it's more than what it actually is, or? Yeah,
I just tell them like on that deal, it's a $60K purchase, $40K rehab. I'll say $60K purchase and $50K rehab. Because at the end of the day, once you get into rehab and houses,
it's gonna be more than what you think.
Yeah, and if you try and pinch it, there was a time where we were doing $15, $20, $150,000 rehab projects at one time, and every property went over budget, and I had 10, 20 grand per property out of pocket of my own money. So I was floating, $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 at any given time. And, that can add up quickly. So I don't feel bad for telling them it's a higher budget because, like, it could be that much. You know what I mean?
Right. So it's kind of smart because you're just giving yourself a cushion just in case it is. But if it's not, you're making the extra 10,000. You got to pay a little bit more on interest, but that's free money that you just made for. That's genius. That's smart.
Yeah. I mean, you might pay $300-$400 more in interest, but like you don't have to worry about that. You don't got to stress about coming up with another $10,000. Like it's peace of mind for me. I like when I put my head down at night, like I'm asleep. I'm not worried about that.
So is there say you were talking about you're doing $100,000 deal with a $60K purchase and a $40K rehab. If you're doing a bigger deal, like you're saying the purchase price is $300,000, for a multifamily, and you're just looking to put $150,000 into there, you're going more than 5,000 or 10,000 over, aren't you? Is there like a certain percentage of whatever you're trying to borrow?
Absolutely.
Or how do you calculate that whenever you're trying to get more than what it actually is to make sure you're safe and also so you can make some money on the front end of the investment?
So depending on the scope of the project, we'll put a 10 to 20% contingency budget and plan on spending that. So if it's $100,000 rehab, we'll budget $120,000 on the construction, and then I'll pool 130 or 140, just to make sure I'm extra safe. Obviously if the numbers make sense, you know what I mean? Like if you're only gonna make 20 grand on a flip, don't pool 20 grand on the front end. You know what I mean? Like if it's tighter, don't do that. But if you're gonna make $100,000, and you want to pool 10, 20 grand just to make sure everybody's safe, like that's a good position to be in. Because at the end of the day, like let's say you don't pool that money and you need 20 grand and for whatever reason you can't float it, you're putting yourself in a bad position. You're putting the private money in that position because now the project can't be completed. So
and then it looks bad that you got to go back and ask them for more money to complete the project, and then that kind of loses your credibility.
Absolutely.
To borrow money from them again.
Absolutely. So if the margin's there, we always just tax them on.
Okay, so like, what kind of paperwork are you setting in place with them, or do you just let the title company worry about all the paperwork with them and have the title company send it over? What are you?
Yeah, so title company usually won't do that type of stuff because it's a personal loan. So my assistant drafts all the notes and mortgages. So we give them a personal promissory note and a business promissory note.
Nice.
I'm not going to not put my money where my mouth is. So we'll give them a note and then they'll get a mortgage. So we'll draft a mortgage on the property as well. And then sometimes certain lenders, like let's say a $40,000 rehab, they're not going to give you that 40 grand at closing. They're going to escrow that $40,000 and pay it out on draws. If it's your first time working with them, they might do something like that. And then you need an escrow agreement and a rehab agreement that details how that money is going to come out throughout the project.
Boom, boom, boom. I actually suggest that on your first go around actually is throwing that money in escrow and having the attorney release it with invoices every Friday.
Any of these docs in the files that he's talking about?
Yeah. Actually, I have the promissory note in there. I have all of those, but I can drop them in there. I can drop them in there for you.
Hey, now wait. I know you're enjoying this. Just want to remind you, you can actually get this every Sunday, okay? Except major holidays and except major holidays, really, because we're always on Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the weekly coaching calls. They're only $50 every single month, okay? And I finally got a way that I can record and keep all of these replays. So if you guys feel like you can't afford $50 a month and you just want to watch the replays and not ask any questions and meet some of the real estate investors that we have on the channel, like Austin Rutherford, or some of our mentorship students like Miss Doris or Desmond Saunders, who are actually really doing deals, then you can just go to my Patreon and get this kind of teaching for only 25 cents a day. Yeah, that's right, $7 a month. You can catch all of the replays of the weekly coaching calls in my Patreon. I'm gonna link down below. Let's keep it moving.
Okay, so whenever you do it, you put you do the promissory note, and then you also let them put a mortgage on the property just to show you that they're serious, and that you're serious. So if something does go south, you're like, hey, you got this mortgage on the property, you can voluntarily enclose on me, or I can deed it back to you. Kind of use that as a negotiation thing to show that, you're confident about what you're doing.
Yeah, and even that's the biggest. You got to understand, investors are more worried about their principal than the opportunity to make more money. People just want their money back.
Right.
That's the bare bones of it all. So I'll even give them what's called a cognovate promissory note. And again, just to be clear here, there's a lot of different risks when you give a cognovate note. Basically, a cognovate note means that if I fuck up one time, they can take the property back overnight. So there is no foreclosure process. It's not a 9-month, process. They don't serve me notices. They just, boom, it's gone. So to
You said
me,
it's I'm sorry.
cognovate, C-O-G-N-O-V-I-T. So again, if you do that, be careful because you literally waive all of your rights entirely.
Right.
But for me, at the end of the day, I get pushback. Well, how do I know you're going to do what you're going to do? How do I know, if you get hit by a truck, I'm still going to get my money back? Blah, 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 blah. If you give them that gets right past that argument. Actually, I give you a cognovate note. You can take the property back same day. And at the end of the day, if they're funding 100% of the deal anyways,
you got nothing to lose.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. I love that. Okay, so now all of us run deal finding companies or wholesaling companies, whatever you want to call it. So I mean, how are you choosing which deals to pick up and which ones you're going to sign? Because of course, we need today money, we need tomorrow money. So today money, that keeps the lights on, bills paid, team paid, marketing going. It keeps us eating lobster and steak. Right. And then the flips and the rentals, that's like tomorrow money. So, I mean, how are you determining, great, I got $3 million in private money, I'm going to take all these deals down or what?
No, absolutely. Great question. So, I mean, obviously depends on your team size. So I'm just going to speak for our business. But if it's less than a $30,000 rehab, we're taking it down and doing it ourselves. And once you start doing that consistently, the rehabs aren't tomorrow money, because once you build the pipeline, you buy 2, 3, 4 rehabs every month. Then, 3 months later, you'll have 2, 3, 4 rehabs selling. So once you build it, it'll take 1, 2, 3 months to build that pipeline. But once it's built, there's no lag because the previous deals are closing. Yeah. So if it's less than a $30,000 rehab, we're going to do it. If it's more than a $30,000 rehab, we're going to wholesale it because it's too many moving pieces, takes too much time. I used to do that. I used to do $100,000, $200,000 construction budgets. They suck.
Yeah.
So we don't do that anymore. And then rentals, like last year, so I got 30 rentals, and I've never really pushed it, just kind of all right, this is a cool duplex, because I always wanted today money, you know what I mean? Which is great. But I'm realizing the true benefit of rental properties, and you make money 4 different ways: cash flow, appreciation, depreciate, a lot of different ways. So I'm making a bigger push. Anything I can keep as a rental right now, I'm keeping. So if I can net 40% of gross income, I'm keeping it as a rental property.
I love it. Yeah, I keep the best deals. I keep the best deals for for ourselves.
Cherry pick. And okay, so we can do 10, 20 deals a month, you know what I mean? But if you're making 5, 10, 15 grand on those deals, it's a lot of marketing budget, it's a lot of people problems, it's a lot of moving pieces. But if you can do 3 or 4 deals a month and make 25, 35 grand per deal, you can easily have a 6-figure company per month on less than 5 deals a month. Maximize your profitability on these things.
All right. So are you still wholesale? Well, yeah, you said you wholesale the ones that are 30,000 or above. So with you, starting to hold more and more rentals now, what is your end goal? Do you want to own a whole bunch of single families, multifamily, storage units? What's kind of your end goal?
Everything. I'm trying to
whatever makes sense.
Yep. I'm trying to give my kids $1 million apiece.
Yeah, so it's not like you're strictly your end goal is strictly multifamily, this or that. It's just whatever makes sense to you and stuff like that. Because I feel like a lot of people get caught up and they're like, I only want to do multifamily, 50 units or more, and then they pass up on a whole lot of opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I was doing a multifamily list this morning. I was skipping it, looking up all the LLCs. So we're having a focus to multifam now. but like our same business, you know, we're pumping deals every single week. Like, why not cherry pick the best deals? So we're still doing those. And it's like, once you get into it, you can renovate it, you can cash out, you can refinance it and pool probably 70% of the amount of money you would have made anyways. And it's tax free. So there's ways to still get access to money with keeping rental properties and having the cash flow of it.
That's cool. That's cool. So, okay. So, you know, we're teaching guys to hire out departments. Okay. Marketing department, acquisition, and disposition. So when you're taking down a deal yourself, how are you paying your acts and your dispo?
So I gave them, so on the acquisition side, I gave them the option. I said, you can take, I think it was 65% or 70% of the projected profit on the front end, and that's it. So if we're going to make 30 grand, you can take 70% of that, which is $21,000. Well, $9,000. You can take that 70% of it. Fuck that. That's, I don't know the fucking math. Whatever the math is, you take 70%. So we pay him 10%. So we pay him 10%.
Yes.
And then we'll pay him 70% of that 10% on the front end, or they can wait with me and make 100% of the real profit on the back end.
Perfect. Okay, I love it. And so you're paying your acquisitions 10%.
It's a sliding scale, 6, 8%. Yeah.
6, 8, and 10. Okay, just so I know for my team, see how I'm doing. Is it like what are your numbers? Is it 40 grand and below is 6?
0 to 50, 50 to 100, and 100 plus.
Okay, perfect.
No base.
Yeah, no base. Yep, you're the man. Keep them sharks. Keep them hungry.
And then go ahead.
Okay, so you said you'll pay him 10% of the 70% of the projected profit. So if you think it's going to be a $15,000 wholesale deal, you'll pay him 70% of that and then 10% of the.
So simple math. If we're going to make 10 grand on a wholesale or a flip, just keep it real simple. I wouldn't flip nothing for 10 grand, but let's just keep it simple. If we're going to flip it for $10,000, 10% of that's $1,000. So their commission would be $1,000. And if they wait for me to sell it on the back end, I'll give them $1,000. If they want to take their money on the front end, I'll give them $700. So I'll give them 70% of what they would have made, because, you know, who knows what's going to happen. Market could shift, construction could go over budget. Yes. So you can take 70% if you want your money today, or I'll pay you 100%, no problem whatsoever, but you got to wait till I get paid.
Right. Okay. So it gives them options. Okay.
Yeah. And then dispo, I pay her $1,000 base and 3% of profits, and okay. she runs the construction, so she manages the contractors too.
Oh, okay, super nice. So your dispo manages the contractors.
Yep.
Oh, that's super. Okay, now that's dope. I like that. Oh dang, that's dope. I like that. Oh man, I might have to take that. Contractors are like my worst problem. That's my problem. We got a tenant moving in tomorrow, and the contract was supposed to be done yesterday, and they text me at 7:00 today saying they almost done.
Always happening.
It's just crazy. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
So that's pretty cool. You got your dispo person managing all the contractors, so you're getting massive benefits out of them. Do you pay them separately from managing the contractors, or is that like all tied into it?
That's part of her job responsibilities. 3% and $1,000 a month
per deal, or just $1,000 a month total?
Just $1,000 a month is her base, and then 3% of profits. So if we make $100,000, she'll make $4,000 that month.
Okay, so it's kind of like if you want to offer them a percentage. Once you get higher scale to where you're making more money, you can offer lower percentages because they're going to get more money.
Yeah, like I gave her an option. I was like, you can get $2,000 and 2%, or you can get $1,000 and 3%. And she took the 3% because, you know, she wants that she'll make more money if we produce more on that pay scale. So I like giving people options. Like, I'm good either way you look at it, because like nobody gets paid until I get paid.
Right.
You know, if you hungry, you know, you can make more money.
That's for sure. That's for sure. I love that. Yo, Austin, I appreciate your time. If anybody has like direct questions for Austin, hit him up on IG or shoot him a message or IG or something real quick.
What's your IG, Austin?
It's Austin Rutherford Official. I'm on there all day, every day. So Austin Rutherford Official.
Question. So from your social media presence, have you pulled any any private money?
Insane, bro. Like people downplay the power of social media, bro. Like social media will push a 7-figure business this year for me.
Where you based out of in Ohio?
Columbus.
You fool with cousin Nita and them any?
Who?
Nita.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's funny.
Okay.
Small world.
Yeah.
But yeah, social media is crazy, bro. Like I buy a lot of deals from that. We do a lot of JV wholesale deals from that. I borrow a lot of money from that. I sell a lot of courses from that.
Yeah.
People downplay social media. Like, first of all, everybody in the fucking world wants to be in real estate. Everybody, yo.
Yeah, everybody.
If you're in the
It's
game,
no joke.
just post about it. Tell people what you're doing every day. Like I used to be like, what am I going to post? Fucking waking up, working out, eating breakfast, driving to the office, closing a deal. Like literally post what you do during the day.
So how'd you get 116,000 followers?
So some of those are paid, but like, okay, so think about that. Like that's the first thing. We live in a world where people see people on social media, right? It
Yeah.
is what it is. If you go to somebody's page and it has 1,000 followers,
You're not going to fuck with them.
and you go to somebody's page who has 100,000 followers, it's simple mathematics. You know what I mean?
So are the paid followers still like real people?
Yeah, they're real people. They're not like engaging every day. You know what I mean? But I mean, they're real accounts. They're real people.
Where'd you find the pay for the followers at? And how much was it? Because I'm trying to build my social media base, and it's like, dude, I got like 1,300 followers. It's like, it's hard right now.
Impossible to build organic traffic, bro. Impossible. Yo, I hired a fucking full-time videographer. All he does is make videos for me. Impossible to build it. But if you have 100,000 followers, everybody that hits your page is hitting the follow button. Then you can.
Oh yeah, because they're like, oh, this guy got 100,000 followers. He must be somebody.
Hey, yep. Jacob, look up 21 Social. About $100 a month.
Don't even do, bro. You want me to be real with you? I had 62,000 followers yesterday.
Nice, nice. You just nice. You just had the campaign. Nice. That's what's up.
What did you use for the campaign, Austin?
Huh?
What'd you use to get them followers?
Private message me. I'll connect you.
I sent you one already. Let me know.
Good job. Good job. Social media is big. Honestly, was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. Last year when I went to Momentum and got a chance to chop it up with Carlos, that was one of the things that I wasn't doing at the time was I was putting everything on social media. I was putting it on Instagram. Just because you start to attract. So let's say I start to hire somebody and I have a bunch of modeling pictures on Instagram and Facebook, right? I look like a model. I'm taking beautiful pictures. I look like a model. Okay. And then I try to solicit to somebody, hey, I'm looking for an acquisition. We do deals here in Greensboro. I look like a model, so there's no trustworthiness. So he's like, yo, put yourself out there. Get testimonial videos, right? Shoot yourself at the office. Shoot yourself on seller appointments. Take pictures of the deed. Whenever you get the wire, whenever you get the check, put it out there. So you guys got to use social media to your benefits. Appreciate it. You guys got to use it to your benefit. So. Because that's the proof in the pudding. Whenever people connect with me on social media now, is not, hey, are you serious? Are you really doing business? It's more like, hey, how can I work with you? How can I get involved? I like what you're doing. How do I get involved with that? And it's not a if and buts or maybe. The trust is already established because they're watching. So so take Austin up on that because I definitely believe in that a lot. Honestly,
bro,
that's why everybody's here on the call today.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, like it's the biggest game changer in the world, bro. I walk around like, bro, I was in Phoenix, Arizona at a bar and somebody came up like, bro, you're Austin Rutherford. I follow you on Instagram. Like the more you do it, bro, like the more powerful it is. And one trick to it, whenever you're with somebody who like has some clout, take a selfie with them and tag them. Because they're going to share it to their page, and then everyone's going to be like, oh, shit, who's he with? And then they're going to go to their page.
Yes,
Right.
yes, yes. That is the secret, to tag everybody in stories. So
So when you promote stuff on social media, do you more or less like do videos or just pictures, or how do you do that? Just like do a video of what you're doing at a closing or whatever?
Yeah, so like today, I do stories and then I do posts. So like today, I do like a morning post every morning, just like hyping some shit. So I did that, and then I took pictures of all the motivation in my house today. I sold a course today. I showed a picture of somebody buying the course. I did a Zoom call with y'all, and then like every day, it's just different shit during on the posts. But like the stories is where you get the traction at. The stories is where people really start feeling you. And like, if you can get to 10,000 followers, you can get the swipe up feature, and you can start pushing people wherever you want to push them to.
Right.
Yep.
I like social media too, because it kind of holds yourself accountable. Because if you're posting this stuff on your social media, you're like, oh shit, I actually got to keep up with this and do it harder,
Absolutely.
because I'm portraying this image to everybody else, so I can't be fake about what I'm doing. That's why I like social media so much, because it's like, if I'm posting this, doing this on social media, like, it's gotta. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I got to do it, because every time I see somebody I know, they're like, Real Estate Jake, what's up? I'm like, what's up, man?
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely.
Anybody got any questions about private money, how to find it, how to build trustworthiness, the docs that you need? Anybody have any questions about private money, so we can wrap this up?
Have you ever had a seller that you bought a house from turn into a vendor?
Not yet. We're trying though. Not yet. But that's a question you should ask.
I'm working on one right now. He's an old guy and he's done stocks his whole life and everything. I'm trying to pitch it to him. I didn't talk to him about it a little bit.
But for real, I'm trying to buy an apartment building right now. It's 8 units. They got 3 units rented. After expenses, they're making like 10 grand a year or something. And I'm trying to get them to owner finance it with private money. And then they'll make 30 grand a year financing it for me with no fucking headaches, versus the $10,000 or $15,000 they're trying to make right now. They're like, no, that can't be real. So, but yeah, absolutely.
Love that. Oh, I love that. I love that. Hey, just one nugget. When you guys are going through, I know we help our attorney out with title. Okay, so let's say that I'm buying a deal from an investor and I'm assigning it, and we got to go get a payoff from their private lender. I don't have my assistant or the attorney pull that payoff. That's me. I'm calling Mr. Joe Biden, and I'm asking him, hey, what's up, brother? Let me get the payoff. Oh yeah, I'm buying this house from him. Do you lend all the time? I'm asking him questions. I'm getting his number, so that way I can start a relationship with him. So
I like that.
Yes, sir. If I see, when I check the HUD on every single one, so I can see who my buyer is using as a lender, okay? And I make it a purpose. If I know that lender is going to be at closing, I'm at the closing, hugging babies,
I like that.
Oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, that's how I got my people. That's like by going behind my buyers, and just doing a little extra research. And so that way I have a chance to make that opportunity. And usually I go ahead and add them to my buyers list, and I go ahead and send them text messages on deals that I want to have, myself. So
love it.
Yeah. That's honestly the best way that I've found, is literally just to use the people in your circle. Because I mean, if you're closing on the deal and you got to get a payoff, they know you're legit. No ifs and buts about it. Now it's just establishing the relationship to let them know that you want to work with them.
So like literally everywhere you go, Austin, you kind of talk to people that you think might have money, and just kind of pitch the idea to them. Bro, I feel like that's one thing I got to do more, is kind of get outside of my comfort zone to people I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So everybody.
I was in line at the bank. Somebody pulled up with a new Stingray. I was like, hey, bro, that's a nice ass car. What do you do? What do you do? Hey, I'm a real estate investor. I use other people's money to fund my deals, bro. Everywhere, all day, every day.
I absolutely love that. I love that.
Okay, so whenever you get these people, that you said are $20,000 to $30,000, they're lending out, but the project costs 60 or 70. How do you structure that?
So I'll put 2 lenders on it, one in first position and one in second position. Usually it's the person with the higher dollar amount is in first, and then the person with the lower dollar amount is in second. You got to have full disclosure. I tell people like, hey, I just want to be very clear here. You are in second position. If this goes south, you're the second person to get paid. But by the way, we're still only all into this at 60 cents on the dollar. So either way, you're still protected. So don't try to hide that shit. That can come in you in the ass.
No, right. So how do you handle a rejection if they don't want to be in second position?
Get more money. I feel you, but I need 100,000 if you want to be in first position.
So question. So
you just kind of okay.
Are you leveraging partnerships as well, so that way you have a certain amount of properties paid off that you hold versus having notes on each one?
Like private money partnerships?
When I say partnerships, it's like partnerships. Hey, me and you are gonna own X amount of houses. You bring the money, I'll do the work. I give you a return.
Fuck no, you paying too much money. Hell no. I've never in my career paid equity to a private lender ever. Never will. I mean, I will on bigger deals. But if you can pay them $4,000 in interest, there ain't no reason for me to give you 50% of the profits. You know what I mean? But if you got to do your first 1, 2, 3 deals with equity to get in the game to build credibility, do that. But the goal is not to do that long term.
I love that. That was one thing. So I do that on a lot of deals, guys. And so when I met Austin, that was one thing that he told me that I was doing wrong. So I've started to.
Shit, I wanted you fucking money at 50%.
Yeah. I love, and ever since it's I already know. I know. Honestly, everybody wants that. Everybody wants that. Okay, everybody wants that. It's easy for me to raise money because I do partner. I do partner like that. It's a no-brainer. I'm gonna give you 50% equity. I'm gonna do all of the work, and we're gonna split all of the returns forever. And when we sell, you're gonna get 50% of the profits. It's a no-brainer. So if you guys need help raising money for the first couple times, it works. It works like butter for me. But you don't want to do it long term though.
Yeah.
Do you ever do interest only on rentals that you hold? Because I know somebody that will loan me money however much I want, but he only does interest only because he has so many people that come to him to where he can just do interest only, so it doesn't really make sense for him to do a principal and interest payment.
I never keep private money long term. Everything for us is 12 months or shorter because I put bank debt in place once it's stabilized. But
so you don't ever have a debt to income ratio problem with refinancing or anything, or you already own the property, so it doesn't matter to the bank really because they're giving you money back on the asset.
So you have to have debt to income for your first couple, but once you start building some, the income on the property if you're buying it the right way, the income covers your debt to income. You know what I mean? A property should be able to sustain itself based on the debt to income ratio. So as long as you don't have $10,000 in Ferrari payments and a $10,000 a month credit card payment, if you're buying rentals that actually cash flow, that covers the debt normally covers the debt to income ratio.
Right. Okay.
Because they count the rental on the property that you're refinancing as income.
Yep.
All right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So a question for me, kind of like a personal question. My situation, I can't qualify for any loans yet because I only got 1 year self-employment from going from W-2. So would you recommend me using an interest-only loan for a year or two and then refinancing out of it? If it makes sense, as long as the number's still cash flow, I'm making $400 to $500 in cash flow after, I'm paying them their interest-only payment.
So it's not the cost of money, it's the availability of money. So yes, do it. But one question before that, and you don't have to answer this if you don't want to. Your 1 year of W-9 self-employment, how much money did you make? 20, 50?
It wasn't shit. It was like $8,000.
Okay. So yeah, partner with it, build that relationship. If you'd have 1 year of $100,000, then they can divide that year by 2, and then you have 2 years of $50,000 a piece because you need 2 years history. So, but that's if you had a phenomenal year. But in your case, absolutely partner. It is what it is. Again, it's not the cost of money; it's the availability of money.
Right. Yeah. Because mine for the self-employment was it was 50, and it was only like 4 or 5 months. So I mean,
Yeah, bro.
it probably wouldn't be enough for 2 years.
Yeah, just partner
From
with
the
them.
lenders I've talked. Okay.
If the deal still works, do it, and then cash them out year and a half from now.
Agreed. Agreed. I have a note that we paid 14% on just because it worked. You know, it's a little high compared to what others are paying, but he was willing to do it at the time. It cash flows, and and we honestly have like 50% equity position in it, so it would have kind of been stupid not to take it.
Yeah.
It's so don't whenever you guys are starting to raise money, if people charge you more so you can get in the game, and the numbers work, get in the game.
Yep.
You know, get in the game. And just a little nuggets. How another way I found lenders is we have this super nice hotel in town. It's called the O. Henry, and then one is the Proximity. They have like a super luxurious like bar. I mean, it's super nice. It's just nice little eatery tables, and it's just you can have your own space. So take your laptop out there and bust out some phone calls over there and negotiate some deals at the table during lunchtime when there's a bunch of traffic. And the right person is gonna be there. The right person is gonna be there hearing you like, hey, what are you doing, man? Hey, I'm negotiating deals. What do you do? Just like you said. So put yourself around money. So even if you're not good at golfing, go buy some some cleats and go to the golf range. I promise you'll meet them out there. You just got to put yourself at the right tables. So if you go to a networking event, if you go to a networking event, don't sit with the new guys. Go sit with Austin Rutherford. So for real, this is like, in my opinion, private money is a game changer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So I know that you said you lend money, Austin. What are your like when you lend money to other people? What does it look like? Because I know you're like, are you lending money from somebody else and then lending it at a higher rate? Is that how you do it, or what does that look like whenever you lend money to people?
If I'm lending money, it's usually my money. So I'll only lend for 60 days. So it's got to be like a super light $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 rehab. Get the rehab done in 10 days, throw it on the market. So I only lend on like 60-day rehab total, days, and then I'll just charge a flat fee. 3, 5, 7, 10 grand, whatever it is, depending on the amount of the loan. And then it's just a flat fee if you use it for 20 days or if you use it for 60 days.
So do you know anybody who ever does private money like that? Like they get private money lent to them and then they lend it to somebody else at a higher rate, like kind of how banks get money and then they lend, do that?
Again, it's kind of a gray area. Again, you're in some securities and exchange commissions and stuff. But I've been creative.
Heck yeah, hit them up on Instagram and talk to them a little bit more about that. Because that is a strategy that can be utilized, outside of normal conditions. But heck yeah, guys. So this week for the homework. It's super important. Okay, we're at home. We got a little downtime to stay engaged. Okay, number one, I want everybody to get back to their normal routines. If you don't have a routine, get one. Okay. Also, I want you guys to be a kid, and I want you guys to dream about your goals. Literally, I know there's a lot of people that don't write down their goals. So I want you guys to write down your goals. Number two, I also want you to find 20 people that you can talk to about private money, okay, about what you do, okay? You're not necessarily saying, hey, I'm looking for private money. You're just telling them what they do, and seeing if they, you can pique their interest in the opportunity, okay? And then once you get there, go ahead.
One thing on that, plant the seeds. If you have a conversation today, like just lending money is probably not going to happen. Like he said, start planting the seeds, just dropping. Like my buddy's uncle was lending me well over $1 million, and it came from like 4 times of Thanksgiving dinners. My buddy talked about what I did, and the 4th time, 4 years later, he's like, actually, I want to talk to him. So plant the seeds along the way.
Perfect. At my family reunion, every year we have like a testimonial time in my family reunion. So every year I jump up there and I say, hey, we bought this many houses this year, or something like that. So, but I want you guys to talk to 20 people, about 20 people that you believe, might be interested or have the ability, to lend you money, right? And get their phone number and their name and put it in your cell phone. And I want you to send them a text. Thank you for having a conversation with me. You know what I mean? I want you to get their phone number and name. Don't pass them a business card, guys. Business cards are trash when it comes to this. Okay, they're trash. I'm talking. You want to pull out. Oh, do you have a business card? No, I passed out my last one. I got. What's your cell phone number? Put their cell phone number in. Shoot them a text message. Okay, if you need to, ask them what their Instagram name is and follow them on Instagram as well. But that's everybody's homework, is to come up with your daily routine, write down your goals, and then also talk to 20 people that could possibly lend. I don't know if you've talked to William Thompson yet, but
I'm in the office with him every day.
he's great. He's great.
Yeah, he's connected too.
Yeah, I know. If you guys have any questions for me, let me know. I uploaded the credibility pack and the promissory note, and then for the other docs that I have, I'll load them up. But if you guys need docs as well, I know Austin has a great private money course where he, gives it out detailed, line by line, and has all the docs for you the way he uses them, not the way I use them, but the way he uses them. So you guys can get all the information from him too. But yeah.
So
if you're interested,
I got a couple questions for you, Sawan. I'm gonna text you.
Say again.
I told Sawan that I had a couple questions for him. I'm gonna text him whenever we get off the Zoom call.
Oh yeah. Shoot me a text, brother. Yeah, shoot me a text. What was you gonna say, Austin?
I was gonna say, if y'all interested, then private message me. I can give you a code to get $100 off. So yeah, just message me on Instagram.
Boom, boom, boom. I love that. Hey, let's go. I paid retail for his course. So, go ahead and take him up on that. Go ahead and take him up on that. And honestly, I got my first private money deal after going through his course and taking more so. Forget the course. It's more so taking action on what you're learning. It's more so the practice of, hey, now I know who I need to reach out to. Now I know what to say. Let me go and actually do that. Let me actually post my next deal on Instagram. Let me reach out to these people. And if you guys aren't doing it, I know I said it a couple weekly coaching calls before. Your buyers list is changing up right now. Okay, your buyers list is changing up right now. So you don't need people who want to buy. You need people that need to buy. Okay. The biggest clue that I gave you, I can't remember which one it was. Just go back and watch them. Tax attorneys that have big followings are key. They're key. Okay. They're key. We're talking about like Tom Wilwright. We're talking about Toby Mathis. The big boys who do seminars, who teach to people who make 20, 50, $100 million a year, and teach them how to use real estate to shelter, their tax, their tax advantage. Okay, so you want to be reaching out to those people because those people have the connections that don't have any limitations on buying. So if you don't know how to get connected to them, stop and think about, oh my gosh, I know how to skip trace somebody. Let me skip trace them. Let me find them. Oh man, I need a social media presence. Let me get one so I can connect with him on Instagram and build a relationship with them. But that's huge right now because the buyers are changing up. The new people are a little scared right now. Okay, the new people are a little scared right now. The people that were buying 2008, 2009, 2010 in the dirty, they realize it's getting dirty again, and they're coming out of the woodworks. I know we're seeing that. So change up, rinse that buyers list a little bit. But heck yeah! Until next week. Next week we're going to be talking about rentals, and we're going to be talking about rentals, the numbers that we look at on rentals, like what we're looking at, and then also as far as like remodeling, what we're doing to them, and some different exit strategies. I'm talking about LMEs with group homes. I'm talking about renting out rooms to college students. The good stuff, not just the traditional vacancy rate. Da 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 da. But heck yeah, if you guys need anything, hit my cell phone. And let's do some deals this week. Remember, let's make some offers. Let's get some deals. Let's not play with it. Okay.
Pleasure, guys.
Yeah, pleasure. Have a blessed day.
All right, guys. Well, there you have it. Another one on raising private money. Okay, now if you actually made it this far, I'm gonna link another video up here, right here for you, so that way you guys can learn how to find these great deals. So when you find those people who have that money, you'll have a great deal to pair the money with the deal, and you'll be able to make equity on equity on equity, cash flow on top of cash flow, profits on top of profits. Let's get it.